he could have defined psychosis. He could have humanized psychosis. He could have humanized or brought in people that have gone through these situations or been in a similar situation to these, instead of just saying, you know what, this is where the crazy people go. This is what crazy people go through, which is how they represent and paint the picture of the mental health and the mental illness class of people all throughout time. This is how they paint it. This is the exact thing they do. They say crazy people go into the insane asylums. Crazy people go into the white padded rooms and they bang their heads off the walls. So I'm going to go be one of them and show, you know what, normal person, it's no big deal. It's fun. It's fun and it's entertainment for me. So there's that. Let's watch MrBeast. Evil MrBeast. Let me get my headphones on here, ladies and gents. So this video, he says, MrBeast here says,
I'm going to attempt.
I spent 7 days in solitary confinement, and there's a couple things in this video that I want to touch on, and I'm kind of just, I guess I'm going to go through my mindset towards some of these things, some of these different things he goes through. But there's one thing in particular that they'll talk about, and it's their mention of psychosis. And when he and this doctor mention psychosis in this video, they make it sound very taboo, very mysterious. This thing, this psychosis. He says, I have the potential to go into psychosis, like scary. That's why they have a doctor on standby. And I think it's wrong. I think it's disgusting, honestly, that this video is made for views, for entertainment, for fun. And obviously this is a set that they made, but people, myself included, have been in these situations at hospitals, going through psychosis, and been in very negative situations, fracturing of the psyche, fracturing of the identity, being delusional, having hallucinations, being in very vulnerable, scary, traumatic situations, for someone to come and make a video just for their own entertainment sake. And yeah, I think it's pretty disgusting. So we're gonna get into evil MrBeast video here. Oh yeah, let's get into the MrBeast video.
I'm to spend the next 7 days in solitary confinement. Seal me up. Bye, Jimmy. Hopefully I don't go insane. For the next 7 days, I have to survive in this soundproof white room with 0 human contact and 0 stimulation. And because this is actually psychologically dangerous, the most important thing is the doctor outside making sure I don't go insane.
I worked in psych hospitals for 23 years, and this is much worse than anything I've ever seen. Anything past 50 hours in a
Okay, so first of all, that guy's a clown. Let's get that out in the open. Whoever that doctor is a clown. Saying this is much worse than anything he's ever seen. You're a clown. You're an idiot. One, he's here voluntarily. He's choosing to do this. He's in a good state of mind. He knows he's going to be fed properly. And not that people that go to psychiatric institutes or get formed, whatever that is, don't get fed. But this is the fundamental difference in doing something like this. MrBeast, Jimmy here, knows that he will get to leave this place. He knows after a certain time he will get to leave. Most people that go into a psychiatric hospital or a psychiatric facility going through psychosis or an episode of mental health, whatever, they don't know when they're going to leave. And that little key difference changes the situation psychologically very, very drastically to just doing this little something for fun in this little set that you have compared to someone actually being in a hospital with having maybe they're in the highest concentrated PICU section of high security, the most intense nursing and security and highest attention paid to you. And maybe those people who are in actual facilities are getting locked in their room, are getting restrained to beds, are getting injected with needles and syringes to be put to sleep or to be seduced and to be put under. So I would say that's much worse. On top of being potentially delusional, going through an episode of schizophrenia, psychosis, mania, all these different things, severe depression, then being perfectly healthy, going into this little prop set and being, oh my God, this stupid, retarded doctor being like, this is far worse than anything I've seen in 20... What an idiot. First off, idiot alert. Now let's get into the video. It's only 27 seconds in. What an idiot. Okay,
A white room like this can lead to permanent psychological damage.
And I'm about to do 168 hours. There is a chance that I actually start to lose my mind and go into something called psychosis. And they have to pull me out because it can cause permanent damage to me.
He survived 7 days.
See, they're like giddy. He's like giddy. It's like, I could go into psychosis. Oh my God, I could go into this thing called psychosis. It's gross, okay? It's gross. I've been in psychosis multiple times. And I have been in not padded rooms such as this. I don't think they have these anymore. But I've been in the most intensive security-ridden parts of psychiatry wards in psychosis for multiple weeks at a time, delusional in these deluded states with a lot going on. So for them to just be kind of giddy and laughing, like jokingly about this, I think is pretty gross.
Days buried alive.
Yeah.
Is this much harder?
Much harder. He doesn't have social contact. If your brain doesn't have information coming in, it generates craziness, it generates hallucinations, it generates paranoia.
And all I have to survive for the next week.
And I mean, we'll get into the video a little more. I won't keep pausing it. But even this stupid doctor here saying it generates craziness. Like, what is that terminology? What is that language that he's speaking? Being isolated without social input from others generates craziness. Like, what is that? What are you even saying? Why wouldn't you say it can generate actions that may be abnormal, that may be different from someone's normal actions or behaviors, instead of being, oh, it generates craziness? So, stupid idiot doctor, another stupid idiot point. Keep going.
Is a bed to sleep on, a notebook with a pen, a refillable bottle of water, toothbrush with toothpaste, and a bar of soap. A toilet to use the bathroom.
So he has a pen. They wouldn't be allowed to have pens in actual psych wards. No pencils, no pens, only crayons. Can't hurt people with a crayon.
Bathroom and a sink for water. At this point, it was clear to me it was going to be difficult to entertain myself during this challenge, especially on hour 9 when I did this. You're probably wondering, how many tiles are on these walls? The correct answer is 1,900. And if you want the roof and floor included, then it's 2,860. But more importantly than all of that, according to my stomach, it is time to eat food. If you're wondering how I'm eating during this challenge, there's a conveyor belt here, which spans over 100 feet, so I can be fed without any human interaction. I think I've been in here around 14 hours. Isn't it crazy that at this point, I was already off by 2 hours?
So I guess they made it a real strong point here to to make sure that he has no social interaction with anyone else, even how they set up his food coming in. I mean, this type of isolation is obviously different than what you would get in a psych ward. I mean, it maybe in a forensic jail would be different, the isolation for some people. Maybe the more extreme, potentially dangerous people might get more high doses of isolation, you could say. So that's something they're doing here.
So far, the hardest part of the challenge is no one's fed me yet. In hindsight, I should have ate more food before I came in here.
Well, let's. Okay, we got ads here. No YouTube Premium for me. Let's see what this smart doctor's saying again. See if he's making smart points again.
My brain. Maybe I just lay here for the next 5 days.
The reason he has insomnia is he doesn't need to sleep. He wants to sleep this off and just get it over with, but what he should be doing is trying to do something that is going to occupy his attention while he's awake.
He's climbing the wall.
It's the natural human urge for freedom. He's regressing to primal instinct.
Why did I think it was 4 p.m.?
Another interesting thing, I would say, so if you've seen this video before, or even that little brief clip of him climbing the wall in this video, it's interesting that the actions are going to look unusual. When you're in a very isolated place, when you don't have a lot of things to do in an actual psychiatric facility or a psychiatric ward, you probably don't have your phone. You don't have access to the internet. Maybe there's a TV in a common room, but you're not going to have pens. You're not going to have a variety of things to do. So really, it's just you isolated in a bedroom and in a altered state of reality, in a deluded you're hallucinating, whatever it is. You're probably going to do weird things. So I guess from an outsider's point of view, maybe from family members coming in and looking, or nurses or doctors or security looking in at some of these patients, what they're seeing is kind of like, yeah, obviously people are going to do weird, crazy, unusual things when there's absolutely nothing to do in a room that you're locked in for days on end. So it's kind of, I don't know how much doctors take that into consideration. That because even I personally, I have all my own notes from my times in hospital, and some of them the doctor will say, "Oh, they'll say he's doing this or this," and maybe they're writing that down because it's concerning or it's strange. Which maybe it is. Maybe I am doing that just because I'm being weird or crazy, whatever it is. Or it could genuinely be I'm locked in a room with no stimulations, with nothing to do. I've been in here for days. I'm just entertaining myself. I'm being me. I'm being me, freely expressing myself. So it could also be that at the same time. So
Doesn't that mean it's 9 p.m.? And by the time I had gotten around to eating my first meal, it was 4:30 in the afternoon.
Don't get me wrong, Jimmy and his undies.
Good, but it is freezing cold. Ooh. I'd rather starve than eat the rest of this. So. And when my second meal had arrived, it felt like only minutes had passed.
What just came through the conveyor belt?
Wait, how long has it been?
Am I supposed to eat both, or? It definitely was day 2 when I got the second breakfast, but I didn't eat much of the breakfast. So maybe they felt bad because I didn't eat much of the breakfast. Well, no.
At this point, I had no idea how long that first meal was sitting in the conveyor.
Honestly, it's been a long time since I've watched this video. I really wanted to touch on that point of him and the doctor at the beginning of the video talking about, oh, I might go into something called psychosis. I really wanted to touch on that, which I think is...
belt for.
He's getting
Part of this challenge. If you look right here, you'll see some rice. And any ordinary human would probably eat this rice. But I'm gonna count it. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 17, 98, 90.
Yeah, you'll just do weird things when you have nothing else to do. You'll dance freely, you'll become a magician, whatever. You'll count rice.
99, 100, 100. This is oddly soothing. Do you think I'd get a concussion from doing this? You should probably stop. You're right, I should probably stop. There's a bag of McDonald's here.
I think he's kind of playing into like the crazy people banging their heads off the walls type. Like, honestly, what is this? He's in this for 7 days? I don't think that's that challenging at all. He knows he's gonna leave. He's being fed. He's getting all of his meals, and he knows he gets to leave after 7 days. Anyone can survive a week. If anyone can be bored for a week, yes, you're gonna be very bored. But him like banging his head on the wall, and like, I think he's just being an idiot.
Here is suspiciously light. If there's not McDonald's in this bag, I'm going to be depressed. There actually is. Well, that's inside this room, and I have a
Let's see what Smart Doctor says again.
feeling at some point I'm gonna want to leave.
It's day 4. No matter how much I beg or scream or plead.
Whoever's editing this, show them how many hours I actually have remaining. Hopefully, it's somewhere close to 55 hours.
I think he's going to get angry and possibly paranoid about what's going on.
Is a man not allowed to have privacy? There's a camera there, there's a camera above that, there's a camera. There's so many cameras on me 24/7. I'm going.
This is how you actually feel when you're actually in a hospital as well. Because they have cameras in your room, in the hallway. Just cameras pointed at you everywhere. So this is pretty funny. I guess they got that accurate. You can't even, there's nothing you can do to hide from the cameras. You can't tape over them. I mean, people probably throw feces and food at them and whatnot, but yeah, and even in like these delusional states, constantly having a camera on you, I think very, very much so adds to like paranoia, especially in today's world with very conspiratorial minded people that kind of spread through the world. These ideas kind of spread through the internet like viruses. So the conspiracies of the government's always watching, or Big Brother's always watching, and then you're in this delusional, hallucinating state, and you have cameras on you everywhere. It's like, yeah, Big Brother's really watching. So it's like, it's interesting.
I'm gonna go insane! What if we throw the camera through the conveyor? Genius. I treat it like bowling. Somehow I hit my finger. About the one time that I counted to 100,000. This freaking fruit punch throughout this entire.
Like some.
Okay, I think
And
I think that's probably all we'll get through on this video. There's probably not much more here.
5,000.
Hold up. Sorry, I was just putting my pants on. It's not as bright out here.
How is it, dude?
I'm actually kind of lightheaded. You know what's crazy, but after this challenge, I kind of forgot how to interact with humans.
Where are you going?
It's actually relieving.
Okay, so that's the MrBeast surviving 7 days in solitary confinement video that I wanted to kind of talk about, and I'll close out talking about that video on saying even that is him, an outsider. I mean, I don't think Jimmy's gone through psychosis or has these. I mean, I shouldn't speak for him, but I don't think he has many mental health problems. So for him to go and make use of these people going through these experiences as entertainment, as monetization for his videos, so like joke and have fun and make, you know what I mean? There wasn't much education behind that video. There wasn't much awareness to the potential dangers of people in those states of mind. There wasn't any help that people could get for being in those situations. It was just it was an entertaining taboo. Psychosis is a scary thing with this dumb doctor. That it's like this set that MrBeast built of his padded walls and all the cameras is definitely the worst thing he's ever seen in his 20 years of psychiatry. For sure, man. For sure. So, yeah, there's that. That's kind of one example of people that they're poking fun at that. I would like to take Jimmy and dose him up with, give him a hero's dose of mushrooms or hallucinogenics, acid, whatever. Give him a big hero's dose, and then put him in there and not let him know when he's going to leave. And then we'll see if he has the same amount of fun as he did. And I'll be the one that gets to let him out. I think that would be much more realistic than this little fun nonsense that he was doing here. So yeah, we're gonna hero dose you with mushrooms constantly, so you're tripping balls, and then we're gonna shove you in the room, and we're not letting you out till I say so. Okay, MrBeast? And then we're gonna see how you like it. Honestly, that sounds like MK Ultra. That's kind of messed up. It sounds similar, almost exactly, to what they were doing to these psychiatric patients during the MK Ultra stuff, the Allen Memorial Institute up in Montreal, and all throughout. There was a bunch of different places they were doing this, but essentially, if anyone doesn't know what MK Ultra was, it was like the CIA and special intelligence industries for like Canada and the States. They were taking psychiatry patients and just dosing them up with LSD and drugs and experimenting on them and doing all kinds of demented, demonic things to them, essentially, because that's what they do to psychiatric patients. We are the testing dummies of the world. And I don't think MrBeast would like that very much. Wouldn't you, Jimmy? No, you wouldn't. So yeah, that's one example of, I guess, a very large, influential person, MrBeast, the most subscribed person on YouTube, kind of making light of a situation that people go through, a underrepresented class of people, these mental health patients, these psychiatry patients, people with mental illnesses, and making fun of and poking light at probably one of the most traumatic situations that they ever went through in their life. The breaking of their psyche, being very isolated, being maybe taken away from their homes or taken by the cops and forced into these hospitals or restrained to beds and restrained into these rooms. And it was probably left a very traumatic, impactful thing that is now going to, they're going to deal with that and carry that throughout the rest of their lives with them. So to have a very, very influential person such as MrBeast here, and I don't mean to just come here and criticize and bash him about this video, but I think he could have done a lot more to add educational value in something like this. He could have defined psychosis. He could have humanized psychosis. He could have humanized or brought in people that have gone through these situations or been in a similar situation to these, instead of just saying, you know what, this is where the crazy people go. This is what crazy people go through, which is how they represent and paint the picture of the mental health and the mental illness class of people all throughout time. This is how they paint it. This is the exact thing they do. They say crazy people go into the insane asylums, crazy people go into the white padded rooms and they bang their heads off the walls. So I'm going to go be one of them and show, you know what, normal person, it's no big deal. It's fun. It's fun and it's entertainment for me. So there's that.